Celeb boyfriends, drugs, and controversy. Where Kate Moss goes, drama follows. But these days, Kate's been getting attention for all the right reasons. With a clothing line for Topshop, her own fragrance, and a trend-setting personal style, Kate has transformed from a supermodel into a style icon.
People really look up to what she's wearing and look to her, you know, as an icon.
Kate Moss, I think, always looks good.
Everyone wants to look like Kate Moss, and she could be wearing a bag, and she could be wearing Gucci. She just makes it her own.
At the beginning of her career, the odds of a young Kate Moss becoming a success in the fashion world weren't great. 5'6", quirky features and a tiny frame, when she hit the runway in the early 90s, Kate was the exact opposite of the reigning beauty ideal.
When she first came on the scene, it was the time of the 80s supermodel. And all of the girls were sexy, curvaceous, everything that we kind of stereotypically think is beautiful. And along came Kate as kind of boyish, you know, waifish, and it really shook people up.
It was Kate's unconventional looks that caught the eye of designer Calvin Klein. He put her in his Obsession fragrance campaign, and the nude images of a young, waifish Kate created an instant sensation. Klein loved the controversy and kept using her in his ads.
Now that could definitely come between me and my Calvins.
President Bill Clinton condemned what became known as Kate's heroin chic aesthetic, and critics wrote her off as just a passing trend.
She's this week's model. There's always a this week's model. A year from now, it'll be someone else.
But Kate wasn't going anywhere. The supermodel era was over, and Kate's skinny, feral sensuality was on the rise. As Kate's career gained momentum, so did her interest in fashion. She went from simple, basic styles to looks that reflected her newfound knowledge of the industry. She started wearing designer labels.
Galliano today. No, I love a high heel, always. For me, always.
Kate complemented her more sophisticated look with the ultimate accessory, a movie star boyfriend. She hooked up with Johnny Depp and suddenly found herself on red carpets. Pete Doherty, the bad boy rocker from Baby Shambles, came into Kate's life in 2005 and triggered another shift in her personal style. She started rocking lots of leather, messy hair, and a rock chick attitude. Kate was not the rock star in the relationship, but she was certainly dressing and partying like one. But the party was over when pictures of Kate doing cocaine at a rehearsal for Pete's band hit British tabloids. The scandal made headlines around the world. Nervous advertisers canceled Kate's contracts, and it looked like her career in fashion was over. But even the cocaine controversy couldn't sink Kate's 15-year career. She defied all the negative predictions and staged a celebrated comeback.
Even if she did things in her life that weren't necessarily accepted, people are always willing to give you a second chance. The bottom line is she's a fantastic model and she sells clothes. Women respond to Kate.
The fashion elite rallied around Kate and put her on countless covers and campaigns. Kate dropped Doherty and the messy party girl look, opting instead for a more put-together image that had her looking better than ever. In 2005, the CFDA named her an official fashion icon. Since her comeback, Kate has been a constant source of inspiration for designers, many of whom see her as a muse for their collections.
Kate's super refined and she has a fashion breeding, so she's not afraid to make mistakes. It's just wonderful, no? I think it's great. She's great.
But Kate can also trigger a trend on her own. Remember the Ugg boots moment? It was Moss that made them cool. She also ushered in the reign of the skinny jean, but once everyone else caught on, she switched to high-waisted trousers. It was no surprise that the rest of the world followed.
And she's always on the pulse. She's always wearing it before anyone else is wearing it.
Recently, Kate began to capitalize on her amazing sense of style. She collaborated with the British chain Topshop on a line of clothing that draws inspiration from her personal archive of over 1,000 vintage pieces. The line's success has proven Kate is more than just a stylish beauty. She's also got a head for business. It was that business sense that helped her launch her first fragrance, Kate by Kate Moss, in 2007.
Whatever Kate Moss has got, that's what she needs to be selling. She's got the magic touch.
She's Kate Moss Inc. Anything that Kate Moss touches becomes this kind of like the branded Kate Moss cool.
From rocker chick to boho chic, vintage queen to business tycoon, Kate Moss has made a career of turning every persona she embraces into fashion gold. This year she turns 35, and like everything else, she wears it well.
As she grows older, as she's a woman and looks more sexy, it's even becoming more interesting and fun to watch.